Hey, what's up everybody? It's Robert from Modern Day here, and today we're going to be talking about replacing these two little bulbs right here. These happen to be the cruise control bulbs out of a Honda Element, but this fix will work on a number of bulbs in the Honda family. This weird plastic part here still ends up not quite fitting right. So today we're going to talk about a better solution for that. And all it's going to require is your OEM bulbs here. Make sure you keep a hold of these. Don't beat up the plastic or anything yet. You're also going to need / I recommend a 9-volt battery, something to function as a pair of needle nose pliers. I have a multi-tool here. If your needle nose pliers don't have a wire cutter, you're also going to need a set of flush cutters or wire cutters or scissors or honestly anything that can cut some really thin metal, which is just about anything. And then you're also going to need a LED here. I chose these 9 to 12 volt LEDs here. They're a pretty close form factor to our existing OEM bulb here, so you can actually touch them to a 9-volt battery here to see if they work. So you see this one didn't light up. Do note that these are directional, so the positive and negative does matter. You have to remember that when you're reinstalling them in the car, but as you can see it lit up in my fingers, so we're good to use this one for our replacement. Okay, so as you can see here, you have your bulb up top, and then there's this wire that runs around and is just literally bent around our plastic here and goes into 2 holes up to our bulb. So what we're going to do is remove this bulb without severely damaging our plastic housing here. So that way we have a bulb that's the right voltage, which is our LED, and will fit in our housing. And we still have the OEM housing, so unlike a lot of the other replacements, it'll actually fit. Now to unbend this wire, you can use a flathead screwdriver, the knife. I think I'm probably going to use the knife off my multi-tool. Or last time I did one of these, I believe I used the tips of my trimmers here. Okay, so here's what it looks like after I got them unbent from around the terminals here. So they literally are just bent around this plastic. And then all I'm going to have to do here is just push this out. These literally just run into the bulb and pull out of your housing here. Now I just have a housing with the holes. I just bought white colored LEDs, as you could see in the test earlier. But I am going to remove this rubber sleeve here. Be gentle with these. You know, they are, at least in my case, about 20 years old. But they should still kind of slide right off. And then we'll just be able to take this, because these are about the same size. And said I won't be able to do it one-handed here, unfortunately. But you'll be able to slide this over your LED. And there, it'll just slide on. See? So now this LED will be a lot greener. 9-volt here. And now it's green. Now for this original bulb here, throw it out. You don't need it. You'll realistically never need it again. There's no reason to keep that. Okay, so now there still should be 2 holes from the terminals from our halogen here. The spacing's obviously a little different, as you can see with the legs on the LED here, and they just will kind of stick out the bottom. But once you get them in there, you can just push it on. Keep in mind the LEDs are a lot more durable than halogens, so just apply a little force and this will go right in. But now you'll see you have your 2 legs sticking out the bottom here. We have our LED all the way in, and then there's these little channels. All you're going to do is bend these down, literally just by hand. Into the little channel here, and then just bend them around the loops and you'll have extra at the end. Okay, so I've bent one of them here so that it just goes down flat. It goes over the top like that, down through this channel, and then is going to lay in kind of that, I don't know, perpendicular to your original channel line there. But we have some extra legs, so you're just going to use your flush cutters to cut that off. Make sure you have enough to fit in that little channel, just so everything's all nice and snug. Okay, so here it is after my cut. Instead of just using my flush cutters. These legs are different lengths, but there's approximately how much I cut off in comparison to kind of where we started here. Now this is the important part. As you can see, these legs are pretty considerably thicker than your halogen wire here. So this is where your pliers are going to come in, because the way these bulbs work is you push them into the housing. So you have the bulb in there and you twist. And the point that actually makes connection with the terminals on your housing is these ones on the top. And because these are a little thicker, and I even still have my foot sticking up a bit here, all we're going to do is put our needle nose pliers, and that's why I suggested needle nose, on the top and the bottom and squeeze to kind of flatten this all out and to get it to fit in the channel better. So here it is post squeeze. Like I said here, you don't want to damage your plastic. These will be just slightly tighter to put in. But if you're having a hard time getting them to like push in and screw, just pull it back out and squeeze your terminals again, like these this part we just squoze here, and it should fit no problem. It's okay if it still sticks up out the back a little bit, because that doesn't actually make contact with anything. This back part is just for holding your wire in, and you can see it's kind of roughly Phillips shaped, so you can twist it in and out. Okay, so I went ahead and did my other side here. As you can see, here it is kind of completed, and then here is our OEM one. Like I said, this top part's going to be thicker, but this is what's actually making contact with our terminals here. But you can even see a little bit of the damage there done by the pliers. That's a good thing, because it'll give us good contact and make these just a little flatter so they fit in our housing. Like I said, they're just a bit taller, but you're going to notice that your LEDs are highly likely to last longer than your original halogen, and they're going to be a little brighter. So keep that in mind. The only thing is, please, even if you don't use a 9-volt, if you have a variable power supply or some other way of testing these, please test them before you install them in this, because if not, and you get a bad one, you're gonna have to pull it all out and do this whole process again. But let's look at our results. So here we are on my own Honda Element. I don't have a brightness comparison because the bulb wasn't working here. So this replaces the green bulb that goes here, and the blue one goes behind your cruise light. But even during the day, you can see it's a pretty considerable green color, because this does have... Alrighty, I appreciate it, guys. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. I'll try to leave as many of those part numbers as I can find as well. Thank you, and have a